Good evening. Welcome back to Roslyn Court. My name's Morag Butler, and this evening we have Jack Badcock. Yay! We've got the usual raffle, which is good, and Jack has donated his it's not a CD, it's a vinyl. Ooh, indeed, yes. And we also have the second prize, which is a Who Gives a Crap toilet roll, which is much in demand. Yeah. And this evening, we have to thank Ty Watling, who's doing the sound, because our John is poorly. Raise, that's good. I'm going to sing a song because he can't stop me. Okay. It was a challenge. Go on, try. Yeah. I thought I would sing a Scottish song because I haven't done one for a while, and because Jack ended up in Scotland. He didn't start in Scotland, but you can find out about that later. It's got a chorus. Summer's a pleasant time, flowers of every color. The water runs over the shore, and I dream of my true lover. I walk alone, walking still and weary. Sleep I can get none, for still and weary, sleep I can get none, for thinking of my dearie, I won't know, walking still and weary, sleep I can get none, for thinking of my dearie, I won't know. What I failed to tell you before I sung that is I walking means always waking, not walking, which is what I thought when I went to the shop to ask for the words for it. Mortifying. Okay. I caught it. Still in the basketball team. As if. Why are you laughing? Please would you welcome onto the stage Jack Badcock. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, Margate. This is my first ever gig in Kent. Did I? Felt that way when I arrived at a lovely... Got here a bit early, in time for some fish and chips and a little sing-song on the beach. And the weather's lovely. It's nice to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here. Before we go any further, can I ask, are there any fascists here? It's all right, it's a safe space. A part of me does, yeah. I'd like to also do a song from Scotland to start off with, and this kind of has its origins in an old folk song. Well, I guess it was a Napoleonic War song. And Ewan MacColl, we like him, Ewan MacColl, folky legend. He came along and he wanted to repurpose the song and give it a new meaning. So he kind of reset it for the Spanish Civil War, because people came from all over the world voluntarily to fight fascism, to fight Franco. And a disproportionate amount of them came from Scotland, which is quite cool. And they made up the International Brigade. So Ewan wrote this song, or rewrote it, to honour them, and it's called Jamie Foyers. Far distant, lies Foyers the brave. No tombstone memorial shall hallow his grave. For his bones they lie scattered on the rude soil of Spain. And young Jamie Foyers in battle was slain. He's gone from the shipyard that stands on the Clyde. His hammer lies silent, his tools laid aside. To the wide Ebro River, young Foyers has gained, to fight by the side of the people of Spain. There wasn't his equal at work or at play. He was strong in the Union till his dying day. He was grand at the football, at the dance he was brought. young Jamie Foyers was the floor of them all. He's gone from the shipyard, took off his working clothes. I mind that time well in the long summer days. He said, fare you well, lassie, I'll come back again. But young Jamie Foyers in battle was slain. In the fight for Belchite, he was eye to the fore. He fought at Gandesa till he couldn't fight more. He lay o'er his machine gun with a bullet in his brain. And young Jamie Foyers in battle was slain. By the Ebro in faraway Spain, he died so that freedom and justice might reign. So remember young Foyers and others of worth, and don't let one fascist be left on this earth. Don't let one fascist be left on this earth. Thank you. Thanks very much. So to fill you in a bit, this is my first tour since sort of having a year of paternity leave. I've had a baby. Thank you. Thank you. I've had the easier role for sure. Doesn't feel that way though. But yeah, my little daughter Neve, she's 11 months old, and she's a sweetheart. She is objectively the sweetest baby ever. But she's a nightmare. She's a fucking nightmare. She moves. I mean, they do that, don't they? But that's relatively new to us, the moving. And it makes you realise how easy it was in the first 6 months, you know. And it's just, you can't relax. You cannot relax. You know, you've got to keep everything going in her mouth. She's climbing up, falling off things all the time. But yeah, it's a challenge, it's a challenge. With parents in the room? Yeah? Been there, done that? Congrats. Well done, you. Yeah. Yeah, I keep hearing that, yeah. But, so her mum, Neve's mum, Jenny, is Greek. We've been together for about 8 years, I think. Coming up to 9, maybe. We met 9 years ago, and we met in Edinburgh. I lived there at the time. Could we boost the vocal just to, in Scotland we say a baw hair, which is it is rude, yeah, but it's the perfect term, you know. Not a head hair. Thank you. Split the difference? No, that's all right, because I can control it. Yeah. We met in Edinburgh. I used to live there. I live in Glasgow now. But she, being from Greece, she lived in Athens at the time. And she just visited Edinburgh for a little holiday, as people do. It's a nice place to visit. And I was playing a session, a traditional music session, with my banjo player mate, Kieran. We were playing, if you've been to Edinburgh, you might have been in the Doric, because it's the first pub you see when you come out of Waverley Station. And we were playing a session in there, playing around the barrel, a small room with a barrel in the middle. And the door opened, and in in came the most beautiful vision I've ever seen in my life. Lit up the room. And it was only about 10 minutes after that that Jenny came in. And we hit it off. We got on really well. And we kind of spent her week together in Edinburgh, and then she went home. And we thought that was a fleeting romance that was kind of nice and done with. And so we kind of, she's kept in touch, and we would have, over the course of about a year, we would meet up in the places between Edinburgh and Athens. Just a few of them. The Ryanair ones, anyway. And have these sort of dates. And at the end of a year, we said, yeah, sod it. Yeah, let's be together. And she wanted to leave Athens anyway, leave Greece, because it's fucked. And she chose to move to Glasgow. And I followed her over there, and we've lived there since, for the last sort of 8 years. And then fast forward, oops. Babyville. But in that year that it took us to decide to kind of get together, I slowly pieced together the words of what would become this song. So this is my one love song for Jenny. It's called Agapimu. December chill upon the city that I roam. Another love just lost, so ends another year. Work was running dry, I had too much time at home. This little bird, she must have known. For a week we were entwined without a fear, only for another two throughout the year. All we needed for to see how it could be. This little bird has flown to me. From a heater and a night under the sky to Hoyan's alleyways to fix your motorbike. Another moment to our patchwork memories. This little bird has flown to me. We chased each other and the sun where it might rise. Red wine stained my lips, the sight of you my eyes. From a mirror Duro gazed upon the world. This little bird she must have heard. All I know, and all I've ever known, is here with you, a happy moon. Thank you. I love when you get a chorus of at the end. So oh Jesus, it's my birthday today. You know what that means, don't you? You have to buy loads of merch. I'm 32, which means 13 years ago, bloody hell, I was in a competition called the BBC Young Traditional Musician of the Year Award, which is a fantastic experience, really scary gig. It's good fun to do at that age. Well, it wasn't fun at the time, but it's a nice experience. You go and perform, you apply and you get through to the semi-finals. It's a bit like sort of folky X Factor. You do the semi-finals, and if you get through, you go to the finals, which is a big gig at City Halls in Glasgow as part of Celtic Connections. And you do a 15-minute slot with 5 other people as well. And, didn't win it. Someone very deserving did, called Robin Stapleton. And for that gig, I used to live in Edinburgh, and they have a building as part of the Edinburgh Uni. There's a building called the School of Scottish Studies. And that's where they have all these collections of old folk songs, old traditional songs that have been collected, field recordings and old manuscripts. It's a treasure trove. And, you know, hundreds of them just have never been performed by anyone. They've never been discovered yet. They're just sitting there. And so they used to, I don't know why, but they used to let me go in. And I used to sit in that little treasure trove room and just scour for sort of unfound songs. And for the finals, I specifically went in there to find one. And performed it there at the finals, and I haven't performed it since, partly because that gig was such a scary, scary day in life, and I didn't want to revisit it. But then for this tour, I came across this silly BBC iPlayer video. It's not silly, it's just a BBC iPlayer video of me performing. But what's silly is this stupid little goatee I've got. I'm about 19 years old, and this and hair on my head. Lots of curly hair. And anyway, I was reminded of the song, and I thought, well, I'll dig it out again for this tour. As I revisited it, I realized, it's not a great message, to be honest. Disclaimer, I was raised by feminists, right? I'm on your side, girls. I don't know if you know the term incel. Yeah? So maybe if you've not heard of it, it's short for involuntary celibate, and it's the sort of internet terminology. Young men who are very sad and lonely and blame all their problems on women. A disgusting little subculture. This song was written by a 19th century incel. But it's a nice little melody, so deal with it.
All you that follow rambling beauty, I warn you, take a special care. Not depend on false young women who'll be sure to draw you to a snare. The merchant's daughter, she called Nancy, dressed in silks and satins fine. For her I had the greatest fancy I ever had for womankind. I went to pay a visit and offered her the wedding ring. Scornfully she did refuse, said she would have no such thing. Which is fine. then went straight on to her father to let him this awful story know. His cruelty, it was worse than Nancy's, and he bade me from his presence go. He swore that I, his daughter, ruined, and it's into prison I was thrown. There I lived on bread and water till my condition was very low. Now she's married to Prince Ori, a reckless youth in yonder town. Neither loves her nor regards her, tries to trample her courage down. As I was out a-walking, my false lover I chanced to meet. She being in a poor condition, and I myself a thriving state. Put my hand into my pocket, and I pulled out guineas, 1, 2, 3. Says, take you this, you heartless woman, be mine, how false you were to me. She wrung her hands and fell a-weeping. Alas, her sorrow's fresh and green. Says, once I had a heart a keeping, how unlucky I have been. All young women, take this warning, never throw your first love away. For oft a dark and misty morning turns out a bright and bonny day.
Thank you. Thanks very much. So, Margate, do we like to sing? Yeah, I thought you might. It's getting that vibe. You're desperate to sing. Let's just all have a swig, shall we? Shit. I usually have a rule of don't drink on stage. And I've been caught. Red-lipped. So this song, I'd like you to join me on. I've got a love of history. Not in I never studied or anything, but I just like reading books and watching telly. And I came across on the internet a very old poem called The Ruin. Has anyone heard of that? Have you heard of that one? Yeah. It comes from Bath, and it's a very, very old poem, about 1,000 years old, or more even, 8th or 9th century, actually. And what was kind of profound to me, I mean, obviously, Bath is famous for its Roman ruins. It's got a lot of that there. Now, I was looking at this poem, which itself is a 1,000-year-old artifact, and I'm going, wow, you're bloody old, look at you. And the poem itself is speaking about these Roman ruins and what must have happened in them and how grand this empire must have been. And the poem is doing the same thing I was. It was looking back another 1,000 years with the same sense of wonder. And I just thought that was so profound. You know, here I am looking at this 1,000-year-old thing that's doing exactly the same bloody thing another 1,000 years back. I was just moved by that, you know? So I wanted to sing it, but it's in Old English. There are translations, so I kind of found the various translations and chopped them up and made it rhyme. And I've added some new words, so this is now my version of The Ruin. And it's got a really repetitive, simple chorus that comes around over and over again, so please just join in. Have we got any singers here? More, like? Any harmonies would be really welcome and encouraged. Just go for it.
Masonry so wondrous, broken though by fate, a home without a dweller, the giant's work decayed. Towers all in ruin, and the roofs are all torn down, undermined by age, and now they're Mother Nature bound. Oh, the ruin is alive and well, though she's quiet now, with time to dwell. Oh, the ruin is alive and well. If we listen, she will tell. If we listen, she will tell.
That's the chorus.
Mighty builders perish, 100 generations part. This wall now dressed in lichen, stained in blood of violent art, has seen one reign after another, ages ever long. This ancient work, an echo from a time forever gone. Oh, the ruin is alive and well, though she's quiet now, with time to dwell. Oh, the ruin is alive and well. If we listen, she will tell. If we listen, she will tell.
Lovely.
Bright were the castle buildings and many bathing halls. Abundant was the laughter that would bounce around these walls. Splendid arches and parades through which the traders came. Mead halls full and prosperous till mighty fate would claim. Oh, the ruin is alive and well, though she's quiet now, with time to dwell. Oh, the ruin is alive and well. If we listen, she will tell. Far and wide the slain were perished, days of plague would come. Death took all the brave ones, and not only our sons. Battlefields deserted, rebuilders too long gone. These buildings, they grow desolate at the turning of a dawn. Oh, the ruin is alive and well, though she's quiet now, with time to dwell. Oh, the ruin is alive and well. If we listen, she will tell. If we listen, she will tell. If we listen, she will tell.
Thank you.
Oh, it was lovely. I'm just going to crash the atmosphere here to speak to the people who are watching, one of whom is on a boat from Tyree to Oban, which is quite interesting. Yeah, I know.
Who's that?
Yeah. Sue. You don't know her. Well, maybe you do know her. I don't know. She hangs out in pubs in Edinburgh.
Pretty small world
Yeah,
out there.
it is. Very small world. Yes. Now, if you could, please, people at home, if you could donate to this concert, it would be absolutely brilliant and would help us a lot. Just as an idea, I was thinking about, what sort of idea could I give you for an example of how much you could give? And I was thinking, now, you were born in Ireland, yes? You moved to Yorkshire. Yes, that's made Una very happy. You then moved to Yorkshire, which will also make her happy because she's got relatives up there. But then you moved to Scotland, which makes her very sad. But what have these three things got in common, I thought? Obviously, tea. So if you could send the equivalent of a box of Yorkshire tea, I think that would be really lovely. Don't send me tea. I have enough tea. I'd have enough tea. But if you could send that, would be really, really wonderful, using the link that's running around the bottom of your screen at the moment. And while I'm here, could you possibly tell the people at home who aren't in the room and seen your wonderful merch, the T-shirts, very nice T-shirts, where can people at home get your merch?
jackbadcock.com.
Great. Easy peasy. Right, I'm going away now. Carry on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right. No fascists, yes? Still? We got any physicists? No? What have you got? Oh, well, that'll do. That'll do. So you might have heard of entropy. That pops up in chemistry, yeah? Sort of high temperatures collide, yeah? If you've not heard of entropy, which, has anyone not heard of it? Because that would be helpful right now. Brilliant, perfect. It's a funny one to explain. It pops up in different sciences, but you can always kind of distill it really into a really... The simple idea is that it describes a transition from a state of order to one of disorder, and that order can be a sandcastle, for example, is it's very unlikely for all those grains of sand to be arranged in the shape of a castle. It's far more likely and inevitable, given a bit of time, that there'll just be a mush of sand on the floor. That would be high entropy. And the same is true of the human body, That's a very ordered structure. Spoiler alert. It succumbs to entropy. It disintegrates. And the body of everyone you've ever known actually will do the same. And every human on the planet that has lived and ever will live. And all human civilization. And every other form of life on the planet. And the planet itself will in time succumb to entropy, as will the sun and every other sun. And the entire universe, when that's all just black holes, when every star has reached the end of its life cycle, even those black holes will suffer a heat death, spread out evenly and succumb to entropy. So I've written a chirpy little song about that. I think the temporariness of our own lives is what gives them meaning, is it not? And when you think that the whole bloody universe is impermanent, I just think that's so cool. I just think, lucky me, lucky all of us that we evolved and exist to have a look at the universe and have a look at each other. It's pretty cool. So this is called Entropy.
Every castle made of sand, and every picture drawn by hand, and every maker of all that was ever made. Every heart was ever broken, and every language ever spoken, all yet still to be awoken to this world. Threads of our reality woven in this tapestry, for all its intricacies will all in time succumb to entropy.
Now there's usually supposed to be a trumpet solo here, if there's any volunteers. Yes.
Every deity ever died for, and every cause yet still to fight for, everything we've learned and what we've come to be. Every society that's been in all of the tragedy they've seen, and every culture and invention yet to be. Threads of our reality woven in this tapestry, for all its intricacies will all in time succumb to entropy.
You're up.
Just a note of dust suspended in a sunbeam. A pale blue dot holds all we've ever known. Through the musings of our origins and why the universe itself has come to know. That a note of dust suspended in a sunbeam. A pale blue dot holds all we've ever known. The musings of our origins and why the universe itself has come to know that every animal and flora and every planet's bright aurora, all the life was ever lived on every world, was only ever gonna be a fleeting blink of history, of which I'm glad I've laid my humble eyes upon. Threads of our reality woven in this tapestry, for all its intricacies will all in time succumb to entropy. Enough for some to see, it isn't enough for some to be in this mere reality, which for all its intricacies will all in time succumb to entropy.
Thank you. Thank you. That was the best one of the tour. Yeah. So before I met Jenny from the song, and mother of my child, I had another love. Her name was Joan Baez. Yeah, is anyone else in love with her? She was my teenage heartthrob, 50 years too late. But also a huge influence on me musically, a hero of mine, and was one of the people largely responsible for exposing a great deal of American folk songs to me, which that's still my favorite music, really, American folk music. And I'd like to do one that she did expose to me. It's been one of my favorite songs since I was about 16 years old, which is 16 years ago. Now this song, I think, supposedly its origins are in the Caribbean, It kind of worms its way into the American folk song repertoire. And these are the words of a dying mother to her children. And I'm an atheist. Any atheists in the room? Any religious people in the room? I should ask the religious people first. It sets it up bad. Everyone's welcome. It said that on the screen when we arrived. Even the fascists, as long as you pay a ticket. No, I'm an atheist, and a lot of us in the room presumably are. The song clearly is not. It comes from a religious places. As a teenager, I used to omit a word or two because I thought that was cool to reject the religion. And I've come round and I've realised that's silly. The weight, the power of this song comes from the relationship that this person clearly had with God. And that's okay to be moved by that, because it is very moving. So please join me now. There's a line, a refrain, I think it's called, at the end of every verse and chorus. And a room full of people singing this together is a really good thing. So join in. Harmonies again, please.
Hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your mother was born to die. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. Got a little book with pages 3, and every page spells liberty. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. The river of Jordan is muddy and cold. It chills the body, but not the soul. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. Too late, my brothers, too late, but never mind. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. There grows a tree in paradise The pilgrims call it the tree of life. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. If living were a thing that money could buy, you know the rich would live and the poor would die. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. Too late, my brothers, too late, but never mind. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. All my trials, Lord,
Beautiful, thank you. Thanks very much. Well, this has been lovely so far. I've got one more for you before we have a little break. I think this is the last one for you people.
In which case, Jack,
Yes.
you have to pull the raffle.
Oh. Helen Swarbrick.
Oh, you've won it.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, another one.
You won the vinyl. You won the vinyl, Helen. Well done.
Really hope you weren't going to buy one anyway. Pam Holmes.
Pam, you won the toilet roll. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Let me just, I'll just deliver it
You've got to walk home with that now.
It's not the first time.
So, I'd like to ask you to sing along again. I don't think I'm going to have a hard time with you tonight. I think you're good singers. Before I finish off, I have to I implore you to turn your heads in the direction of my merch, which I've beautifully arranged there. I've got my album was released last year, my debut album. It's on vinyl and it's on CD. It's really good, I think. Really proud of it. And I've got a homemade CD there as well, and I've got an EP, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in the second half. But I'm doing a special deal, all 3 CDs for 20 quid. If you do the maths, that is a fucking bargain. And I've got some T-shirts over there. There's a grey one and a burgundy one on my mannequins. You see them at the side? They're really cool. Really proud of them too. They're conceived by Jenny, mother of my child. She is the conceiver. And designed by myself. Really happy with them. They're popular, so get in there quick, market. Thank you very much for being here. The lyrics to the song we're about to sing are written on the T-shirt there. So if you need help, you can turn your neck. This is my hit. It's the one my mum asks for. So thanks very much. I'll see you in the second half. This song is called Too Many Things.
There's a fella that walks in my shadow. I think, or it might be me walking in his. And when the sun starts to set and my shadow gets longer, that fella's command is my wish. Is there something that fella's not selling to me? Or am I looking for reasons to cry when he's shrouding my sight with a bagging or bottle? How can I look him in the eye? This is the chorus. There's too many things I don't need in my pockets. There's too many things on my mind, and the only end to this that I have in sight is the bottom of this glass of wine. You got that? When there's nothing quite wrong, but there's something not right, and that fella starts loading his guns, it's then my best friend, my lover, my muse and my idol all walk into the same room at once. There's too many things I don't need in my pockets. There's too many things on my mind, and the only end to this that I have in sight is the bottom of this glass of wine. Lovely. Not all prisons have walls, some are just skin and bones. And it seems after all, that's where he's most at home. But my lover and idol have far more to say than that fella could ever teach me in a day. There's too many things I don't need in my pockets. There's too many things on my mind, and the only end to this that I have in sight is the bottom of this glass of wine. One more time, big one. There's too many things I don't need in my pockets. There's too many things on my mind, and the only end to this that I have in sight is the bottom of this glass of wine. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Hey, fabulous. Thank you. So, you people who couldn't get here, we've got another, there he goes, you see. We've got another entire set to look forward to, but you're free to go now. So, but for you at home, I'd just like to thank, please, Nick on the door, Phil doing the live stream, Ty Watling, who picked up at the very last minute the sound, and it was brilliant, brilliant. G doing the cameras, trumpet by, who did the trumpet? Tom on the trumpet, fabulous trumpet, yes. Yes. Lizzie and Gala Shields, who finished her course this week, doing the interwebby net thing. And in her pinny at the bar, Una, of course, hurrah, yay. Just out of interest, Ty organised a Bohemian soiree, a Bohemian Embassy soiree this week, which is going to be monthly. It's poetry and song. It's going to be sometimes. And it was absolutely marvellous, so look out for it. Aisha and Ty put it together, and it was absolutely marvellous. I had a lovely time this week. It was really, really good. Look out for that in Ramsgate, or round about there. Next week, we have Edwina Hayes on her birthday. That's a bit creepy, isn't it? Yeah. Who else's birthday is it that day? Well, it might be my birthday too. But then the following week, we've got Saturday Sun singing the songs of Daryl Adams. Iona Lane on the 19th and Jackie Oates on the 26th. What a fantastic lineup. You have to come back every week and watch them all. That's brilliant. So I have to thank Jack Badcock, wherever he is. Yeah, there he is. Yay. Wonderful. Thank you, audience, for coming. Thank you at home for watching and for your donations. That was very nice. Thank you very much. And I hope you get to Oban soon, Sue. We'll see you next week for Edwina Hayes. My name's Maura Butler. This is Rosalind Court. Thank you very much.